Hi guys, it's me, Susan. Welcome to Cruisin' with Susan. It's Saturday night, November 22nd, 2014, and actually my father's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. And I have some issues I'm going to vent to you tonight. And the particular issues I have are part of the reason that I'm wearing this lovely hat. Okay, I actually adore this hat. I noticed a lot of kids wearing them last season, and then when I went on my ill-fated ski trip with my grandson Cameron, I saw them. I saw one. He bought one not exactly like this, a different one. I bought this, and we wore it, and I was wearing it at the very moment I broke my hip, that ski trip. But I love it anyway. I have it on tonight. For two reasons. One is I started to make this post, tonight's post, like last week. It was very cold in San Antonio. I was actually wearing this hat to walk Jolie. But now it's back to warm again, so it's kind of silly, but you don't know that. By the way, do you know what kind of animal this is? I didn't either, really, until I found there's a little sound thing in one of these, I guess, I don't know what these are, tails. It's a donkey or a jackass, I guess, depending. The other reason I'm wearing it is because it is my intention tonight to be foolish. And so I thought this would be a good way of doing it. It's, I don't know, it's silly. And the reason I'm doing that is because I noticed, I said I started to make this post last week. I have noticed myself becoming more hesitant about a lot of things. Not in the office. I'm still really good in the office. Thank goodness for that. But about the post, I made about 4 different ones and cut them off in the middle. Started to not like what I was doing. Then I was rambling and then, just real kind of judgy on myself. Then I was hating my hair as usual. That's almost a given. But it was just, then I started procrastinating like a couple of nights earlier this week. I was planning to do it and then oh, it's too late, or oh, I'm too tired, or I just started noticing this pattern. And it's familiar to me, and I'm really committed to keeping up with it. I think actually, to be honest, it started with that that day, if you remember, I tried to make a video for my to be my application for Cruisin' with Susan when I was going to send it, and I got my friends to participate, and I never even ended up posting it. I think I'm going to anyway, though, just to force myself to not be worried about what people think, So that's why I am, I started to do it again tonight. I started to put it off and say, oh, and I just can't do that. I can't let myself do that. I read a quote the other day from Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr., and I don't have it memorized, but it's something like, many people die with their music still in them. They spend their time preparing to live, and then it's too late. And I'm not going to do that. And I mean music in the broadest sense, expressing yourself. And it leads me to another comment about vulnerability, which, as you know, is one of my favorite topics. Brene Brown is the patron saintess of vulnerability. And I was thinking about vulnerability again today in terms of the feelings I'm having about feeling kind of, I don't know, like not good enough and all that. Yeah, I mean, some of you are familiar with it. Some of you have, I guess you're lucky if you haven't. I don't know. I think it's kind of a universal feeling. But anyway, I started to, and I've got some situations going on now in my life where being willing to feel vulnerable is so important, because otherwise I can just see it. Just like with this posting stuff, I can see what happens when we try to avoid feeling vulnerable. We start not living. We start holding back. We start trying to control outcomes and stuff like that. And I can't go back to doing that. I've spent a lot of my life doing that, and I'm not going to. So I've decided to redefine what vulnerability is. And I'd like you to give this some thought and see if you can relate to it, because it's really helping me, okay? Vulnerability means you are open. You're open to, and open means something new could happen right now. Okay? So we talk about vulnerable like I'm going to be attacked, I'm going to be rejected, I'm not going to be loved, I'm going to be judged. Well, those are some of the things that could happen right now if I make myself vulnerable. But there are other things that can happen too. And even if those things happen, I've decided it's okay. It's okay if someone rejects me. It's okay if not everyone loves me. And it's okay if everyone doesn't. It really has to be okay. I have to feel like I'm okay. I'm good enough. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the worst. I have as much right to be me as anybody else does. And I'm going to be open and be vulnerable and let the next thing happen. Now, how I respond to it is going to influence what happens next as well. But if I respond to it by not letting myself be vulnerable, then it's like steering yourself into a corner or into a dead end. Don't do that. If you notice yourself feeling vulnerable, be happy. That means something new could happen right at that moment. That means you're at the edge of something new. You're at the edge of a creative experience. It may be painful or uncomfortable. It may be joyous. I don't know. But so what? Who cares what it is? It's new. It's going to take you somewhere. You don't know where. You don't have to know where. Just don't hold back. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm getting very excited about this because I see it happening. I know it's not going to keep happening because I am so focused on it. I won't allow it to happen long term, but I can see it from moment to moment where I'm like, maybe, I'll just avoid. I'll just wait. I'll just put it off. It's like the quote says, by the time you're ready, it's too late. I'm not going to wait. So that's my rant for tonight. And I love you all. This is Thanksgiving week is coming up. I'm going off on an adventure that I will give you some reports about. It is completely not completely unknown, but I'm going to be open and vulnerable to lots of different experiences. And my commitment to myself is I'm going to create an interesting experience for myself in a lot of different ways, and I have no idea what that is going to look like. Okay? So, I don't know, why not? It's better than just sitting around imagining what I wish my life would be. All right, so one more thing I want to show you, and you may not be able to see it, but just a minute. Ever since I've developed my tagline, live well, laugh often, love much, people have been finding little knickknacks and towels and plaques and things to give me that say that or something like that. This is a new one someone gave me. It's real nice. It's not exactly, it says live simply, laugh often, love much. Let me see if you can. Live simply, I'll make it like a little thing going across the bottom. Live simply, laugh often, love much. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I love you all, and I will see you next time on Cruisin' with Susan. Bye now.